Namaste. Welcome to Junior Tesla. In this episode of Junior Tesla, we are going to see what is direct proof. For proving mathematical results, we use various types of proofs, and out of those, the simplest one is direct proof. What do we do here? We may be knowing some known results, very established results, right? We take those results and we write some logical statements, and we finally come to a conclusion which will be proving some new result. That is what direct proof all about. Here in this episode, I have taken two simple examples, very simple and direct examples to tell you what actually happens in proving using the direct proof method. In the first example, I have taken a well-known result, finding the sum of first 100 natural numbers. There is a story about this particular problem. This problem was posed to third standard students in Germany, and there was one guy who is just 10-year-old boy. He had given the answer within a fraction of a minute, okay? And the teacher, when the teacher asked how he had done it, he had shown the method also, and that boy finally he became a very famous mathematician called Carl Friedrich Gauss. So this problem is also associated with Carl Friedrich Gauss. Finding the sum of first 100 natural numbers, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. up to 100. What is the sum? Without using calculator or computer or smartphone, you should tell the answer. Now to do that, what we do is we will take the entire series, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. that is a series up to 100, and that is series is taken as S. It is denoted by the letter S. Now whether you add these numbers in this sequence or in the reverse sequence, both give the same result. That is what the commutative property says, a plus b equal to b plus a. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. up to 100 is also equal to 100 plus 99 plus 98 etc. up to 1. So we write the same series, yes, but in the reverse order. So we write 100 first, and then 99, then 98, and we all the way we will go up to 1. Now what we do is we add these two equations. Remember, these are not two separate equations or different equations. It is the same equation written in two different forms. So we have taken these two lines and we are adding them. So S plus S will be equal to 2S in the left hand side, and in the right hand side what we are going to do is we are going to take the first term of the first line and we are going to add it with the second line's first term. So 1 is taken along with 100. So 1 plus 100 is 101. So that is written as the first term of the final answer. Similarly, I have taken 2, that is the second term of the first line, and it is added with the second term in the second line, that is 99. So 2 plus 99, it is again giving 101. Similarly, 3 plus 98 is also 101. 4 plus 97 is also 101. So we add all these terms, okay, we will make pairs, and finally we come to the last term, that is 100 in the first line and 1 in the second line. So 100 plus 1 is also 101. So we have written all these terms in the final line. So 2s equal to 101 plus 101 plus 101, how many times? 100 times, because we have taken 100 pairs. So 2s equal to 101 into 100, okay. So that means yes, that is the value of the series, yes is equal to 101 into 100 divided by 2. That is 101 into 50, which is equal to 5050. So here we have got the answer by direct method, because we have taken only one property, that is commutative property, a plus b equal to b plus a. So that is why we have taken the same series and written in two different forms, two different styles, and added them. Finally we got the answer. Now similarly, I have taken one geometrical proof, okay, a very simple problem. You have to prove that the angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. That means you have taken a semicircle, and here in this semicircle you inscribe any angle anywhere, okay, it always gives you 90 degrees. How do we prove this? We can prove it by direct method. So what we do is we have drawn the semicircle and then we have taken one angle ABC. Now we have to prove that ABC equal to 90 degrees. Now we are going to do a very small construction. What we do is we are connecting the point B to the center of the semicircle O. Okay, so OA, OB and OC, what we can tell about these three line segments? All these line segments are radii of the semicircle. That means all these three line segments are equal. So OA equal to OB equal to OC. Okay, now we are going to make use of another property of triangles. If you have two sides equal in a triangle, then the opposite angles also will be equal. So here, if you have taken the smaller triangle AOB, okay, in AOB, OA and OB, these two are radii and they are equal. So the opposite angles also must be equal. Therefore, angle BAO should be equal to angle ABO. Now, if you have taken angle BAO as x, then angle ABO also must be taken as x. Now, similarly, we have another triangle OBC, right? In triangle OBC, again, if you have these two sides equal, because they are radii, the opposite angles also must be equal. So that means angle OBC and angle OCB must be equal. So if you have taken angle OCB as y, then definitely angle OBC also must be y. Now, let us take another property of triangles, because what we have done, we have got the angles here, this angle and this angle. Three angles are written here. Now we can remember one property, very well known property of triangles, that is sum of all the three angles of a triangle equal to 180 degrees. So now let us recall that property. Now in triangle ABC, all the three angles, angle A plus angle B plus angle C, all three angles must be equal to 180 degrees. So that is x plus y plus y should be equal to 180 degrees, or you can say 2x plus 2y equal to 180 degrees, which means x plus y should be equal to 90 degrees. That is why we say the angle inscribed in a semicircle is always a right angle, because the angle, the value x plus y is equal to 90 degrees here. So this is actually showing you how we can establish, we can prove any result in mathematics using the direct method. So what we do here is we will take some statements, okay, well established statements, already proved statements, the statements that can be used to prove some new result. So we have taken those statements and we will write some series of statements, and finally we come to a conclusion which is actually establishing a new result. So these two are two good examples to explain what is direct proof. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.